So thank you everyone for joining the gift call for today. For this week, every 15 days we kind of do this. And the topic being, of course, you guys selected it and you voted for it, which is cut the chase and be the magnet. What do you really mean by that? Cut the chase and be the magnet. Who was the one who kind of gave this topic? But of course, we will be talking about it. So tell me, how much of it are you running after success, after money, recognition, even balancing your home and work balance kind of a thing? How many of you are kind of chasing that? And how much of it is actually coming to you with ease? And let this be an interactive rather than a monologue, because I will talk when you have questions. It gets easier on my throat. What do you mean when you voted for this particular topic, cut the chase and be the magnet? Anyone? What do you even get by this topic? Are you really chasing something? Are you? And if you are, could you allow yourself to just be? Where you become the magnet, where you're pulling everything towards you rather than you running towards things. Everything that you desire could be clients, could be money, could be ease, love, opportunities, even support for that matter. And we have access tools. So we're going to be talking about it. What tools can you use and how, whatnot. But I need to know, where are you in the equation? What is going on in your world? What are you chasing? Is there anything that you're chasing?
Yeah, chasing for me is like to be fitted in the society, be a party person, go into
Yep.
the groups and fit yourself.
Fit
For me, is
yourself.
like race competition
So,
with
so are
everyone.
you chasing recognition?
Yes.
So yeah, there you go. So we are because we become homemakers, we feel that that we are not good enough, or maybe it's not enough, or whatever we are doing, we need to start um engaging with such kind of places where people will validate us and give us that recognition, where we are not recognizing who we are and what we are doing. So what if you have to stop chasing and start choosing? Thank you, Meenakshi, for joining. Great. Yeah. What if you could just stop chasing and start choosing instead? Because see, what do you mean by chase? When you chase something, which you actually means that you lack something. That's why you have to chase something.
Yeah.
If you don't lack anything, what would you do? You just be. And you know you will get it. You don't have to run behind something.
Yes.
So what if you did not have to run behind or run after anything? Could be recognition or success, and ask for that appreciation, that acknowledgement, that recognition to run towards you. And that is only possible when you are being that energy. When you are vibrating at that energy is when you invite that energy towards you. Right?
Right.
So how many of us are chasing recognition, or what is it that you guys are chasing? What is it that we guys are chasing right now? For some people, you would be probably working. For some people, you would be chasing money because that's what you've seen men do all the time. You're chasing love. And guess what? The harder you run behind something, that thing goes further away. Yes, Meera.
So, how do you be at that frequency, uh, which allows you to be the magnet?
Yeah. So normally what happens is, that's what Access has been constantly harping and talking about, that you be that energy by acknowledging you first. What we are doing is we're being very nice to other people. Even if they're not doing well, we'll try to tell them and encourage them and give them everything that they desire. No. That you keep doing that because that you like doing it. You like to see people encouraged. But the point is, when you start appreciating, honoring, trusting, validating your own self, not waiting for any kind of validation from outside, being in gratitude of your own self, being absolutely truly vulnerable with yourself that this is not what I desire to do. I mean, yeah, I love this person, but I don't think I want to do this, you know? That is where things start changing. The equation starts changing completely. We are not honoring ourselves and we're waiting for people to honor us. That is not going to work. Because you are telling people how to treat you. You need to treat yourself with that utmost attitude or whatever you want to do, so that people get to know, hey, yaar, iske saath mess nahi kar sakte, you know, she's just going to lose it or whatever. They may call you names and that's okay. That's absolutely okay. A person who's at the top, they will have their whims and fancies. They will have their own uh, pickiness, you know, like they will have their own idiosyncrasies, correct? We don't want to be like them because we've judged them for doing that. It's like, no, 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 I don't want to be like them. Point is, can you let yourself be that energy and have no point of view about it? So you have to be typically what is receiving. Receiving is when you're being, instead of saying, I need more of this, I need more money, I need more clients, I need more support or whatever. Just simply ask, what energy can I be to attract ease, to attract money, or attract abundance effortlessly? That's a question you need to be in. What would it take for possibilities to find me, rather than me going and hunting those opportunities which do not even convert into possibilities eventually, right? There's a difference between opportunity and possibility also. Opportunity looks like a possibility, but it is not a possibility. It'll kind of sway sway you from the path that you're going on, and then it looks like, wow, this is what I've been waiting for all my life, and tada, you realize, oh, it was heading nowhere. It was just just a fake call or a false alarm or whatever you can say that.
What
Right?
is the difference between this and going with the flow?
You tell me, what is the difference between this and going with the flow?
Is that
What do you do
that's a
when you go with the
passive?
flow?
That's a
No.
passive.
So the flow is, yes, you're not fighting against the stream. You're not. It's not about you fighting. What if you could receive everything without a conflict? Without a conflict, you can just allow. So you are not just the being. Sorry, you're not just the body. You are a being which is huge, okay, which is infinite. And now with that energy, when you know what you truly desire, you will pull it towards you at the energy level. The point is, we're not even being true to ourselves. We're not being one with our own selves. Do you even know what your body is asking for? Because you're not being present with yourself. The whole idea is to be absolutely present when it comes to receiving. And receiving includes no judgment. No judgment whatsoever. That, oh, this is a very bad old men, oh my god, I don't want to receive from old men. Oh my god, that's such a guy, to lust itna zyada uske andar, I don't want to receive from him. Oh, this woman, she's such a bitch, I don't want to receive from her. No, that's not called receiving, right? What if you know everything about them and you still have your barriers down and you still receive from them, no matter how it looks like? And you're like, yeah, mera kaam nahi kar. So it's about having no point of view about anyone in that moment. And that's called receiving. So if you could just simply close your eyes and just breathe. And just breathe, having no walls, no filters, no barriers, and just pull the energy of what you really, really desire without any effort. That effortlessness in pulling that energy towards you. But right now we are going as a push energy. That mujhe ye karna hai, and we're running, we're doing everything, and then we're like, oh god, it's so exhausting. I don't want to do this anymore, but I have to because there's nobody else who can do it. Only I can do it, and then you're just doing it. So you're being a doo-doo head in that case. So drop the doing trap. It's a trap, women. And if there are any guys, I mean, I can't see anyone. But yeah, there's a doing trap which is there. We are conditioned that we have to do everything at work, at business, at home, in every way. We have to do it. हम नहीं करेंगे तो कौन करेगा? But your being is way more powerful than doing. Where is it that you stopped asking for ease in everything that you do? So what if it's ease that you could ask for and not struggle, not the chase, which is a key to more success? What if you did not have to go run behind things? How often have you heard this story that if you're chasing a butterfly, just relax, be silent, and it'll come to you? It will come to you because you know that you're okay. We do energy pulls in foundation, right? I don't know how many of you have done it, but most of you have, I think. When you're pulling that energy, right? You're pulling that energy with that vibration. You're like, okay, it's like not desperation. You're not getting desperate, but with a knowing, I'm going to have it. It is going to come to me. Now you're just pulling that energy towards you. You're pulling those energy. It could be any client for that matter. But you're not judging how the client has to be, from where it has to be. हो सकता है कोई अफ्रीका से आ जाए तुम्हारे पास. And you're like, oh, cool, I never thought about it. Yeah, cool, thank you, universe, for sending whoever. And you're ready with that. You know, I'll tell you, there was a time when I would fear taking people from abroad because I did not know इनसे पैसा कैसे लेंगे. You get it? Very small problem, but that was so big in my head. कि इनसे कैसे पैसे लिया जाएगा? Slowly, when I started asking people, finding out, and all, and then I realized, oh, that was easy. That was easy. I made it so big and so difficult in my head. So if they are coming to you and you're saying, no, I'm not ready for this. Because you have a judgment over there. What if you just did not have to have any judgment of anything, however it shows up, wherever it shows up? Because we've decided that it has to be with a lot of struggle. इतनी आसानी से कोई आ सकता है? That, you know, like a lot of people talk like that. Access talks about it, you just ऐसे थोड़ा ना आसानी से हो जाएगा. Yeah, but जो लोग मानते हैं उस बात में, वो उनके साथ आसानी से ही होता है. You get it? You're making it difficult with every thought that you have, that I have to do this, if I don't, it won't. So when you expand your energy, right? When you expand it, you're not just the body, you're just expanding out. Your presence will create that impact before your words even start flowing out of your mouth. Your presence. Today I was told by somebody that maybe people don't approach you because you seem to be unapproachable. And I'm talking about Ahmedabad. And I'm like, what? Me? I'm unapproachable. I'm like, okay, cool. Maybe my energy is like that don't mess with me. I'll chop off your balls. You get it? Don't mess with me is misinterpreted as she's unapproachable. Yeah, and what's wrong with that if I'm unapproachable? Very long back, I had made it wrong. And I wanted to be friendly with everyone. And then I realized it's not working. I don't want to be friendly with everyone. That's the attitude we're talking about. And because we feel like a bichara, we feel like a victim, we are the one who is running behind everything and trying to accomplish things. And how much we end up doing, not realizing that we've done so much, we don't validate ourselves because people are not here to receive you for who you are. So then you feel rejected because you want to do so many things for other people and they won't receive it. And so that becomes a fifth element. You're invalidating yourself. And when you're invalidated at every level, be it your parents, partner, kids, siblings, friends, now you're running behind things to get things done because you feel that you're not good enough. You're not there. But not good enough is an imposter syndrome that we're going to be talking about tomorrow on Insta Live at 8:30. But that's a different topic though. So you need to then, when you expand your energies, ask your energy, okay, what is it that truly I'm asking for? And that expansion exercise is beautiful for you to know that you're not this. You're that. So beyond your home, beyond your city, country, and then become a global magnet. Why would you not want to become that? That you're pulling energies from everywhere. And everything that stops you from being seen, being recognized for your efforts, effortlessly that you would like to have it, just try and uncreate that. Are you willing to be seen? The question is that. Or you want to be that gada who is doing constant majuri. Yes, I have to do this. करना ही पड़ेगा, नहीं तो बॉस खुश नहीं होगा, नहीं तो कोई तो है जो खुश नहीं होगा. But what about you? Any questions? Please. Thanks, Neera, for asking a question, but I need questions, people. If not, then this call will end in another 10 minutes. पूछो अपना, क्यों हो आप इस कॉल पे? कौन सा मैग्नेट बनना है जो आप अभी तक नहीं बने हो, या आपने अक्नॉलेज ही नहीं किया कि वो ऑलरेडी आप हो? You are a magnet. You all have a magnetic field, sweetheart. We all have it, don't we? Hey, Priyanka, question. Tell me. Bring it on.
So we, as you said, we all have a magnetic field. Then how come we recognize or acknowledge that?
We don't acknowledge it. No. So what happens is, when we acknowledge, suppose I acknowledge something in Neera, that, oh my God, Neera is so gorgeous. Oh wow, Neera is amazing with her communication skills. When I am acknowledging it in her, it is in me already. Trust me, what we judge in other people is already in us. So we haven't given ourselves enough credit for it because we're waiting. Somebody will come and tell me this, and then I will probably realize and believe. How often do you feel that only if your that favorite teacher tells you that you're so good, that you start believing that you're good? But what if that favorite teacher just ignites that thought that you're amazing, and then you tell yourself that I'm amazing, I know that, I just know it, I'm good? We don't do that ever. And that's what makes us chase everything and everyone. You know, right, for Priyanka, where I'm coming from, where I thought that मेरी तो एक marriage down हो गई है, अब तो I'm not worth it only. कोई नहीं मिलेगा. Because I used to feel dirty within. Like I committed a sin, a crime. So, and then I got into access consciousness. And I was like, what are you saying? ये चीज मेरे साथ पहले होती तो मैंने वो बंदे को ही नहीं चूज करना था in the first go, right? मैं तो कोई और चूज कर लेती. Because तब self-worth was like at its rock bottom. And also, where are you coming from? What family background? What kind of dysfunctionality is going on? If the women of the family are already suppressed, you've just picked it up very unknowingly. And now you start mimicking that. So while my father would say, you're too good, my mother will bring me down to ground zero or even minus. That कोई नहीं मिलने वाला तेरे को. You get it? Now, और हमको कौन सी एनर्जी चिपकती है ज्यादा? उल्टी वाली.
Lower
क्योंकि
one.
कोई अच्छा, yeah, obviously. That, and I used to come to Ahmedabad when I was a kid because my brother got married when I was in 3rd standard. So I was a Delhi stout kid, not fat, but I was no, I wasn't even chubby. But for Ahmedabad, I was a very nice, healthy kid. And here they would call me Jadi, okay? Yeah, Mota Ben. I didn't know. In my Delhi, it meant Mota meant fat. That stuck to me. And Delhi में मुझे भिंडी बुलाते थे. But वो नहीं चपका मेरे दिमाग में. My father would constantly keep telling me, "Beta, you're not fat, you're not fat." But because a group of kids called me that, I thought that I was fat. Today also nobody says I'm fat, okay? Nobody does. But that programming that went in at that time when I was so vulnerable created everything that, oh, I will not get anyone because of that. And then I started chasing people that maybe they will take attention or give me that attention that I'm asking for. Sadly, that also never happened. Only when I got into access consciousness and started doing processes and clearings and all, there's still certain things which are deep rooted, right? And we're still working on it. We're still clearing it. And that's okay. Maybe it's not from this lifetime, maybe some another lifetime or whatever. Whole point is we are aware of it at least. Now, if somebody says that, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I know, I fall in my head. I don't say it to them. But yeah, I now know who I am. But do you know who you are? Are you willing to know who you are? Most of us are not ready for that because it's intimidating to spend time with yourself. How often nowadays also that आप अकेले बैठे हो तो then it's like a very
करने से पहले आप
autopilot
ये
thing that
बोल
you
सकते हो अपने को what magic miracle what energy
magic miracle mystery possibility power potency
body
yes
which
yes
will
and
retain
profitability
all the knowledge of this book
of
with
the all the
total
universe.
ease which you story
Yeah, totally.
now
You
at
can
this
pull
stage
that
of
knowledge.
space.
You can
Yes,
pull that knowledge.
everything which doesn't allow that, times are also going with you, destroy and uncreate it all. Yes.
Do not,
Try
no,
to
no,
not
no, don't
bring
do the
that
clearing
body
statement. You're not supposed to do the clearing statement. We are not supposed to do the clearing statement. I love you for that, but you don't have to do the clearing statement. You do it. We'll just say it till destroy and uncreate, but don't go for the clearing statement. But that's what I'm saying. That you can, and you can have it. You can just pull it to you. But you feel because physically मैंने कुछ नहीं किया है, तो maybe it will. ऐसे नहीं हो सकता है. You just have to calm yourself down. You just have to relax and allow it to come to you. It's as simple as that. But because everyone's running around and they're making it difficult for you, for themselves, yeah. So they're making it difficult for themselves. So you're making it difficult for you because how can you make it so easy for you?
Yeah.
So you have to now everywhere I'm mimicking other people so that they don't look bad. That तुम्हारा तो यूं हो जा रहा है काम और उनका वो मेहनत करे जा रहे हैं. You want to be like shouldering that, right? Responsibility or duty the way they do it. You can have another way to do it, but you will do it the same way because you don't want them to look bad. How many elderly people resist technology because it'll make their life simple and easy? They will not take it. Am I right? Or I'm not right? What, right? Because they don't want it. They resist it so badly because they've done it in a particular way for a sizable duration of time. हमने तो हमेशा ऐसे ही किया है. You get that answer? They want to do it that way. You feel bad for making it easy for you. But the current generation doesn't feel bad. They're like, you don't want to do it? No problem. I'll use the AI. I'll use this and I'll get my work done. I don't want to do that much when I know I can get away with it. So it's largely this kind of a generation who's kind of still struggling that do I do this or do I do that? What do you want to do? What is it for you? You want to keep running? There's nothing wrong. I'm not saying that you're wrong when you're running or chasing something. Do you have to chase and burn yourself out? Question is that. And if not, would you be interested in pulling that money, pulling love, and pulling all the support that you can have for anything that you desire to create towards you? Could it be promotions also flowing to you just by you being your natural, powerful self? First of all, you've taken birth as a woman. You're already so powerful. You haven't acknowledged it yet. And I'm talking it while we're doing Navratris, right? These are Navratras going on. Tap into the power of that goddess, whoever you kind of believe, trust, or whatever you like. Haan, ye thodi achhi lagti hai, whatever. Just pull that energy. You are it already. It's in you. If you're searching for it outside of you, then there's a problem. Then you will have to struggle because you cannot have it anyway, because anything that's outside of you, you can't have it. First, you have to assimilate it and know that it's within. The entire universe is within. You are, if this crown chakra is Aham Brahmasmi, you are the universe. Trust that at least. And then you will find everything within. Right? Meera, we did that. The sun is within, the moon is within, everything is within. We just have to tap into that and like, okay, where is it? Where is the radiance diminishing? Say more on what? Like on the power within or the planets within or everything. Yeah. So there is a thing that we kind of do is the Greh Chakra thing, but that's not access. And So we do talk about every part, every minuscule part of the universe is within you. You have it, you are it. Okay, so I was reading somewhere 70% of us, we know that we are water, right? But millions and millions and millions of years, जब यहाँ पे नहीं था, I mean, where we did not have people or we didn't have life, but it did originate in water. So this water that flows and maybe is flowing through our body also has seen millions of lifetimes, and the trauma, the pain, the joy, and the suffering, everything. This water has it all, and we have that water. So we've experienced it also. Every molecule within us has the knowledge of everything in the universe. So you already have it. You haven't tapped into it. That's another thing. You're unconscious about it. Another thing. You don't want to be aware of it. Another thing. That's okay. You'll get it when you'll get it. But know that you know it's within. You don't have to run behind somebody. And if you're chasing somewhere and you know you're heading nowhere, okay, then what other redirect yourself, do something else. And ask yourself, do I really need to run behind that person? Or what are the multiple other possibilities available to me? Yes, Sumita.
Before Sumita says, Kavi,
Yes.
so when
Yes.
we have everything within us, how does the
Yes.
energy pull come in the scene to actualize more?
So when you're being that vibration, Navneeta,
Yeah.
when you're being that vibration is when that is even aware. So it's the microcosm and the macrocosm that we're talking about. So you're here and you're vibrating at that energy. So you are going to pull greater of that energy, and which will come and play with you. If you are allowing it to, if you're letting it come to you, you will have it.
So the energy is within me and external too.
It is. So so what we say, your point of view creates your reality. ये बोलते हैं. तो जो तुमने सोचा वही बाहर हो रहा है.
Correct.
So you are the one, you have this energy, and now you're pulling that energy will come to you. But if you have a flip or the negative energy, that too will come to you, because you're almighty and all potent.
Because you're vibrating that
It's not your reality creating your thought process, correct? Your thought process is creating your reality specifically. That's what we
Correct.
keep talking about, right? So when you are pulling that, you are at a certain vibration, you're pulling that with no doubts, with no fears, with no guilt or regret, with no those kind of destructive plans. So our journey is basically to get out of these stupid emotions, which are literally holding you back from having what you truly desire to have. They come in the way. The mind comes in the way. You want to bet? Nahi milega, nahi hoga. And then you're like somewhat convinced, क्योंकि इतनी आसानी से तो नहीं मिल सकता है. Like if we talk about, yeah.
Got it.
So, yes, Sumita.
Thank you, my love.
Yeah. Kavita, you were talking about Grey Chakra right now.
Yeah.
So
No, I just mentioned that's a separate thing, not an access thing. Yeah.
No, that you take the classes. Overall, you will be all right. I'll be then I'll
yeah. So the point is that is also talking about the same thing, that you have to start learning to acknowledge you, because your parents or your environment when you were growing up did not really give you that acknowledgement, that you were still waiting to be acknowledged. And now when you go out and do, in the field of job or anywhere you're working, घर पे इतना काम कर रहे हो, कोई रिकॉग्नाइज नहीं कर रहा है तुमको, क्योंकि तुमने अपने को वो वैल्यू नहीं किया ना. तुमने खुद को नहीं बोला कि माय गॉड आई एम डूइंग सो मच. You did not do it for you. So then I'm sorry that it's an expectation that you have, and expectation leads to disappointment. Expectation, projection, rejection, separation, judgment, conclusion that you have. So if you really need to cut the chase, just simply ask, what if I stop struggling? What would happen if I stop struggling? What if things can be easy? What would it look like? What resistance am I holding on to for having it as a cakewalk rather than a chase? Could you just simply keep asking these kind of questions? Right? Any questions?
Amazing, Kavi. One follow-up question. See,
What?
Navratri is going on.
It
and-
is. So imagine you are all goddesses, but you
Mm.
haven't yet acknowledged because you think you're Ashud. Because if you're having period, then you're Ashud.
Mm.
See, there is lots going out in the market in terms of social media and the reels and everything. And trust me, each one of you have a different feed.
Mm.
What you like, maybe Neera may not be liking, or may not be, Neetu may not be liking, right? You all have a different feed and what you're consuming. If you could just allow yourself to know that there's a story behind it. I don't remember, I can't recall it right now. But your period blood is supposed to be really good. Do you even know in black magic kind of things, या टोटके जो करते हैं, ये period का blood use होता है?
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
heard
You
that
go to
Kamakhya Devi.
yours also. Koru Kamakhya, that is Mata.
They offer.
Yeah, they offer. Uska wo tilak karte and all that. So how can something be impure and bad? The question is that.
Kavi, when you have the divine within you, let's say the divine goddess within you, and you perceive that,
Yes.
like it's externally too. So how do you bring that energy more towards you? Like, wo bhi energy pull jaisa hi hoga, right?
वो energy. See, my point is, have you whichever goddess it is, they had their own idiosyncrasies, sweetheart. They
Right.
had their mood swings too. उनको भी
Right.
गुस्सा आता था, वो पूरा नष्ट कर देते थे, डिस्ट्रॉय कर देते थे हर चीज को, राइट? जब उनको गुस्सा आता था, देन गुस्सा आता था बस. तुमने अपने आप को अलाउंस में रखा है अपने गुस्से के भी, या
Mm.
बिना किसी जजमेंट के? वो गुस्सा आया, शांत माते and everything, then शांत, okay fine. Now she's like, okay fine, do whatever, I'm done with my anger and my mood swings and everything. But with due respect to these goddesses, we are those goddesses. So we were told, ये गलत है, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए, a good lady will not do this. Excuse me, says who? So if you can 100% in totality be an allowance of yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Problem is we are not an allowance, Amnita.
Agree.
We have some or the other issue with us. I mean, the point is, it's from the physical body, how we look, to how we talk, to how we present ourselves, to how we be in relationships, to how we are treated in relationships, how we let other people treat us in relationships. We do have judgments of everything.
It's all about judgment. We are only full of, full crap of judgment only.
Yeah, we are. And those are not even ours sometimes.
Yeah.
But because, like how,
Society.
Neera, I'll take your example because that is the current one where you said that इसको recognition नहीं मिलता. Something what was it? What was your judgment that you've now it feels real to you? किसी ने दिया था ना astrologer ने?
Yeah, that no matter what effort you put in,
हाँ.
you don't get
उसको फल नहीं.
yeah.
हाँ, फल नहीं मिलेगा. अब वो सोचो, एक छोटी नीरा उस समय जब वो गई है किसी के पास एक्सपेक्टेड निगाहों से कि मुझे कुछ अच्छा सुनने मिल जाए, एंड शी इज वल्नरेबल, एंड उस समय कोई बैठा हुआ एक आपको पता है कि वो ज्योतिष जो है वो देख रहे हैं और आपको बता रहे हैं तुमको फल नहीं मिलता है, एंड यू लाइक, हाँ, उस समय नहीं लगा होगा, एंड यू लाइक, ओके, fucking pod or I pop, but later on it shows up even more because you resisted it in that moment and now you started creating a reality based on that. अब वो कोई और इंसान इसको 100% बार बार बताए, नीरा तुमको तो यू आर सो लकी योर दिस, वो रजिस्टर नहीं होगा बिकॉज ऑलरेडी वो वॉल कंक्रीट की बन चुकी है उधर. और मिल भी रहा होगा तो वी विल नॉट बिलीव इट बिकॉज दैट मैन विद अथॉरिटी सेड तुमको यश नहीं मिलेगा इतना. ओके, तो तुम खुद को यश दे दो. माय पॉइंट इज दैट it is not about other people. Did you come onto this planet for other people or did you come here for yourself? Question is that. Because when you come alone, you go alone. What the is going on in this reality when you're doing everything for everyone else but not you?
Kabir, one question that really helps me, and this is something I ask every morning amidst the
Yep.
few questions, is being the 5 elements of intimacy with myself. And that's
Absolutely.
really being very contributive.
That will cut the chase. Be your own trophy. Yes, Neera. Be your own trophy. You're waiting to be lifted by other people and say, ye meri trophy hai. You get it? So, yeah, honor, trust, vulnerability, gratitude, allowance. These 5 things with yourself. And it's a different way of living on this planet.
And that's a
Yes.
game changer, honestly. It really
Yes.
doesn't matter to me now who thinks what, be my guest. And the more
We don't need a menopause to tell us that, you know what, Navneeta, I've had women who like menopause के बाद जाकर अब मैं नहीं सहन करने वाली हूँ, but यार पहले भी नहीं करना चाहिए था. अगर पहले नहीं करते तो आपका menopause वैसे ही बहुत शांति से गुजरना था, because वो पहले हमने value नहीं किया. अब
Yeah.
menopause में आप रोकना चाहोगे तो भी नहीं रुकेगा, तो फटेगा. And then people, वो तुम वैसे ही चाहते हो कि दूर हो जाओ, you know?
I know.
Yes. Yes, I
Awesome.
know.
Thanks, Kavi, again.
Thank you, Navneeta. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like what energy can I be that people talk to me with respect? Maybe somewhere there are 3, 4 different peoples who have spoken to me in a very disrespected way. So maybe I
Yeah.
was in the question, how can they talk to me like this? How could
Yeah.
he say this to me? So maybe universe is showing me this is how the other person can also talk to you like this.
Yes.
So what mistake am I
No, so
doing?
everywhere I let them talk to me or ill treat me or be unkind to me. So everywhere I am being that to myself, you talking about that.
Yeah.
Everywhere you letting other people do that, because in that moment you have to be assertive and put your foot down and say, excuse me, this doesn't work with me. Whatever. What stopped you in that moment from telling them, don't,
You know, I
cannot
go
talk to me
into a
like that?
shock because matlab, it's so it is so shocking. How can somebody say this sentence on your face like this? I go into a shock and then I'm
So
not able
first
to
of all, there is
reply.
no how. First of all, there is no how. People can, they have the ability, and they will mistreat you if you don't stop them. And that's where. So all the beyonds, all the clearing that you have to do, all the beyonds, creating the beyonds, keeping me captive, you have to let that go. Because it's a beyond. How could they? Oh my God, I've never been treated like this, right?
And if I answer them back, then it becomes a real chaos in the house or in the family. That the thing
Are you
that is
letting?
diminished. That is diminished that he said first. It becomes you said like this.
Perfectly fine. And I'm okay, fine. But if I'm a bitch, my bitchiness is being pulled out by somebody else, right? But I'm not always a bitch. The question is that, are you ready for any kind of chaos to show up, for things to unfold and open up whichever way they whichever direction they go in? If he did not have a point of view, if he did not resist, कि क्या हो जाएगा अगर मैंने बोल दिया तो? Do you get it?
Every time speaking and shouting to somebody else that you cannot speak to me like this, like some my elders say, you be quiet, you don't enter into their space, you stop talking to them. But still I am killing myself every day that
Yeah,
I
but
haven't answered them back.
see, that was a tolerate it wala attitude. We are not saying tolerate it. You have to be assertive enough so that nobody trespasses your boundary. They don't get to do that or be there with you. So everywhere I am letting them be and do that to me. You
So
need
where
to
I'm
pardon
letting
of that.
them to be this to me, I'm not
You're
getting
being
that.
the C. Point is, I didn't get your name.
I'm
You've written
Shalu.
iPhone.
Shalu.
Shalu. Yeah. Shalu, you are being the sweetheart, the kindest person that you're showing them that you are, and you are. So what happens is, ye isko dabot sakte hai. And that's the only thing that they can see.
I'm the easy target to them.
Exactly. They're not being personally abusive to you. They just know ki, अरे उसको तो हम देख लेंगे. You get it? Now that is the energy, because you're sweet, you're kind, you're gentle, and you're an easy target.
So what if I'm willing to be the witch that I can
So
be?
then just be that energy. You don't have to say anything. You can be that energy. Pull the energy of that, because now you're ready for it. Now you're asking for it. Now it will start showing up.
Yes, I'm being
Then
that
have no
energy,
point
yet
of
I'm
view
getting
about being
not,
a bitch.
something is making me to shout and answer back. and then something is making me quiet, just leave the space. So I'm
So
in the question.
all the polarities that you get pulled into, drawn into, because obviously एक बोलेंगे चुप चुप हो जाओ, एक बोलेंगे झगड़ा करो, कोई बात नहीं, अपना हक के लिए लड़ो.
Yeah, Axis
Everywhere
says
you
chaos always creates. So I am willing to create a
absolutely,
chaos in the house.
absolutely.
I'm getting
So,
myself prepared tonight.
दाग अच्छे होते हैं, सर्फ एक्सेल है, सबका सब देखेंगे. So can you play
Yeah.
with that energy? Because you have a point of view about chaos भी खराब है, ये फिर मेरे ऊपर ही आ जाएगा. So then you're not really willing to be a bitch, by the way. Bitches don't think that much. They just do
Okay.
whatever they have to.
Yeah, yeah, yes.
So if you're asking for it, then be that energy with no point of view, no judgment, no conclusions, and just be that energy.
Yes, okay.
We get intimidated. Oh my God, but I'm not this, right? I'm such a sweetheart. But sometimes you don't have to be sweetheart.
Yes, I get it.
And when you become a bitch, also you will start judging yourself that, oh my God, that was really bad. No, that was really terrible. I shouldn't have done it. And then you will have people coming to you and telling you, you Shalu, you shouldn't have done it. Do you get it? Our point of view. And then
Yes, yes.
our outer world comes and tells us what we are already thinking. So if
Yes.
you did not think, it wouldn't matter.
Okay, I get it. Thank you. Yeah.
So you don't have to struggle. My point is, you don't have to prove anything to anyone, even to yourself. You don't have to prove nothing to no one. You don't have to struggle. You don't have to chase. You just have to be and let that world come to you. क्या हो जाएगा अगर तुम नहीं करोगे? लोग कर लेंगे. कर ही लेते हैं ना. But I mean, that's the worst case scenario that I'm saying. When people die and they leave, the world is still world
yeah.
doesn't collapse, right? So then, where is it that we have decided that only I can and nobody else can or nobody else will? So what if your best version of you is the most effortless version? That, okay, this is me, take it or leave it, this is me, whatever that looks like. And then make peace with the fact that, okay, I am doing it and I like doing it, so I am doing it. It's not on anyone. मुझे नहीं बोल के भी अच्छा लगता है, that is me. No, I can't stand this shit, मैं तो बोल के ही रहूंगी, that is me. You need to see which one works for you in whichever moment that you are in and ask what else is possible. We are desperately trying to prove that we are so good. What if we didn't have to? Because I stopped doing that with people जिनके already filters लगे हुए हैं. वो लोग नहीं समझने वाले, तो मुझे नहीं waste करना अपना time उनके साथ. Because वो उसमें भी देखेंगे, इसमें भी कुछ होगा. इसके you know, like you do something with someone, दिल से, and उसमें भी उनको लग जाएगा कि नहीं इसने कुछ.
Yeah, actually, I was doing something for the good and I got something to be heard on that. So I will stop doing that thing. That's the only thing coming to me. Stop doing that.
So
I
good.
was loving and I was enjoying doing that.
Yeah, I know. But you can still continue to do it because you enjoy doing it and have no point of view about whoever thinks whatever about you. आज की तारीख में महात्मा गांधी को अप्रिशिएट भी करते हैं लोग और गालियां भी बहुत पड़ती है. He did not do it for either of those. He did it because he was true to himself, because मुझे ये कर रहा है, मैं कर रहा हूँ. So if that makes you happy, don't give it up because somebody couldn't receive it. Just keep doing it still. But there were times when I was doing things where I was doing it for other people, thinking कि maybe इससे कुछ change हो जाएगा, and they anyway misunderstood it. And I was like, oh, चलो ठीक है, अब तो करने की जरूरत ही नहीं है.
Actually, I'm in this energy. अब तो मैं करूँगी नहीं.
चलो ठीक है. So there are people who tell me that so and so was being judged that मैं तो bitch नहीं हूँ, लेकिन मुझे पूरा बोला गया कि तेरी वजह से सब कुछ हुआ है. So I think I should claim it. I said, yeah, please claim it. अभी तक तो किया नहीं था. Just because you think that I'm a bitch, now I'll become and show you one.
And that has actually been many times. After being called a bitch, people do become a bitch.
Yeah, why not? Because point is they are prompting you to be that energy. So you just simply say, thank you so much for telling me that.
Yeah,
and I
actually,
will
they
be
are
one now.
aware of our energy where we are not
No,
aware.
they are literally telling you how they want to be treated by you. As simple as that. Tum dekho, you going out into the world, you're chasing a man, okay? And the man kind of teaches you how you have to be treated because you're chasing that man, right? What if you didn't have to? Men also like those kind of women who don't give them bhav.
Yeah, very true.
They will
Yes.
run after you. Where are we running after them, right?
Hmm.
You need to know who you are, your power. We don't need to run behind anybody. And when those men are treated by bitches and we are sitting as an observer like हम तो बहुत अच्छे थे इसके साथ ये देखो वो क्या कर रही है and he's like
उसको
okay
पसंद ही
तुमने
bitch थी.
उसको पसंद ही bitch थी you should have been one in the first place you were being sweet and nice and मैं तो heroine मैं तो रोते रहूंगी मेरे को attention दे दे I'm the victim no it doesn't work because for men also their mothers teach them how they have to be treated so wives kind of try to be nice will not be received so they have to be controlled and then when they are controlled they're like fine हाँ अभी मुझे पता है मुझे क्या करना है क्या नहीं करना है
Wow, that's
unfortunately
so wonderful. Yeah, that's
unfortunately
wonderful.
that is how this reality is functioning when we
Yes.
come into access we say allowance so give them space but maybe they're not ready for it right so you
Hmm.
need to see what works for you Axis is giving us so many tools. You need to see where and how it works for you, rather than saying that oh मैं ये भी ठीक से नहीं कर पा रही हूँ, ये tool नहीं use हो रहा है. No, you know it. That's all. Yeah. But
Yeah,
yes,
that's
Namita. Thanks to Foundation Class and 5 Elements of Intimacy, I do not function that way anymore. Long live Gary Baba. Definitely. Totally. It's taken me 12 years, to come to a level where I'm like, okay, I'm going to choose more of me than more of other people.
oh, I'm going to choose more of me than other
Yeah.
people. You know?
Then you stop chasing because when you are 100% with you, people will then start coming to you. And you got to be okay if they're not coming. You are there with you at least.
Hmm.
The universe has your back. Do you have your back? So that's cutting the chase and being that magnet where you are not running behind anything or anyone.
Yeah, I get it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kavita. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this call and thank you for this topic. We'll go
What
ahead with the second.
expansive call, huh, Kavita? Really.
Thank you.
Amazing.
And
Amazing.
thank you for receiving it.
Thank you so much.
Today I went for this, Jain women like the Maharaj, Jain Maharaj. Right? So I went there and I was to teach them MTVSS of all things, okay? Because I said I can't come every day. They're not well, aged one. I said I can't come every day, but I'll teach somebody. So today I just felt that they were probably not so receptive. But in that case, we went to the male section and they were promptly ready to learn. I was like, okay, I now have to teach in 2 batches, men and women. And I was wondering, मैं आज MTVS मैं आज क्यों ऐसे ही आ गई? And so from one, it became 2 batches. So
Wow.
yeah, if
How does it
had I
go?
judged it, had I concluded it, I would be cursing myself. देखा इनको तो करना ही नहीं है, इनको तो सीखना ही नहीं है, फिर क्यों कर रहे हैं? But I kept at it as like चल ठीक है, इनको सीखना होगा जब सीखेंगे. It's okay. तो 1 के 2 हो गए. So the
How
men
does it get
section
better?
is different. Yeah, men is different and women is different. So yeah, how does it get better than that? Totally.
Lovely.
So thank you so much for today.
Thank you. Thank you. thank you.
Can I ask the last question
Yes,
or is
yes,
it time?
yes. Ask. No, time नहीं है कुछ. बोलो.
Okay. So the chat you both were continuing, मुझे इसमें बोलना है, what if I don't want to be that target always? Like how she was saying that you become the target.
So
And
first
then
of
at the
all,
same time you understand ki
stop saying I don't want because you will get to be
Yeah.
that. And you simply say I desire to be out of all these conflicts. What will it take for me to be out of these conflicts and not see? Also, is it an addictive compulsive behavior that you have to identify, Priyanka. क्या होता है कि घर में सबसे ज्यादा जो वीक कमजोर कड़ी होती है उसके ऊपर ही बिल फटता है. अगर तुम अपने घर में सबसे ज्यादा कमजोर कड़ी हो, ताकि वो सब लोग को क्या होगा, तुम पे बिल फाड़ेंगे, ताकि उनको अपने फ्लॉज, अपने जो डार्कनेस, अपने शैडो से देखने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. तो तुम भी यही कहते हो, हाँ लगा लो, मेरी मेरी पार्ट लगा लो. दैट्स एडिक्टिव कंपल्सिव बिहेवियर. वहां से आता है कि हम फिर कुछ चीजें ढूंढना शुरू करते हैं जिसमें हम बार बार वही गलतियां करते जाएंगे, क्योंकि पूरा परिवार तो खुश है ना. एटलीस्ट एक बकरा मिला हुआ है उनको काटने के लिए. ओके, नवरात्रि चल रही है, बकरा नहीं काटेंगे, सॉरी. So you need to know that, okay, what is it that I'm refusing to choose? What if I could choose that will get me out of this mess that I've only created? Everywhere I'm making them comfortable by being the fifth element. You need to get out of that, Priyanka. You're
Yes.
making everyone else feel comfortable, ताकि एक इंसान की प्रॉब्लम सारी घर के लिए वो हो जाएगा, और किसी और को कुछ देखने की जरूरत ही नहीं है, क्योंकि तुम सबसे गलत तो तुम ही हो. Like an alcoholic, becoming an alcoholic is simply because पूरी फैमिली जो है उसके ऊपर वजह से कहती है तेरी वजह से ये हो रहा है, तो तुमने अपने ऊपर ले लिया वो मेरी वजह से हो रहा है सब कुछ. And now they don't have to change themselves, they don't have to do anything, and you're the one who is that easy target for them. So if I don't want, okay, what can I choose now? Rather than saying I don't want.
Yeah,
Thank
okay.
you.
That's
All right. Thank you for your
thank
question.
you.
Bye.
Bye,
See
bye,
you.
bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, Kavita. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. Stop recording क्यों नहीं हो रहा है? Oh yeah.